Hi BOBCATS, I'm Texas State University President Kelly Damphus. Welcome to the August 22 edition of my new monthly video series, The Current. In these videos, I'll explore our campuses, meet change makers doing great things, and spotlight what's next for Texas State University. Today, I'm at Bruce and Gloria Ingram Hall on our San Marcos campus, and I'm here to talk with our Chief Research Officer, Dr. Shriek Mandayam, about Texas State's thriving research enterprise. Let's go in. Well, Shriek, it's great to have you here in Texas State University here in San Marcos, and I think it's exciting that both of us started on the same day. July 1st was the first day for both of us, and tell me about your transition here.
Yeah, thank you, Kelly. So coming here from Jersey, I fully expected a warm and genuine Texas welcome. I just didn't expect it to be 106 degrees warm.
It was very warm, right?
So
it's awesome.
Enjoying my time here on this beautiful campus.
Now, you actually were hired a while back, and you were kind of coming back and forth between Jersey and
I was
San Marcos.
transitioning here over the last 6 months, but my full-time job started on July 1 along with you.
Well, it was interesting because you and I came over here together, and you knew your way around a lot better than I did because I was going down the wrong way. Like I did a little U-turn and brought us back together again, but it's so good to have you here. So tell us a little bit about the lab that we're in today.
So this is a biology lab led by Professor Shannon Weigum, located in the home of the Ingram School of Engineering. So Dr. Weigum works with engineers in developing what she calls labs on a chip. And these chips are used to diagnose infectious diseases, particularly in areas of the world where there is limited access to healthcare. So Dr. Weigum works at the intersection between biology and engineering. But what's even more interesting is that Dr. Weigum is the co-director for the Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship. So that center's mission is to transition research and technology from Texas State into the marketplace and into the consumer. So right here in this one lab, we have this magic occurring at Texas State among engineering, science, medicine, and business. And you will see dozens of such labs across campus where our faculty work comfortably at the boundary between disciplines. And our motto here is research with relevance, and we do that for the public good.
One of the interesting things, I believe, is that the new discoveries now will be at those boundaries, the intersections between disciplines. And I think the exciting thing about your job is you get to see all these things happening because of your position. You're a curious person, you're a scientist, and so you're curious about that. But you get to see it all happen, and then you get to translate that to other people, help people understand what's happening here. What do you think is like our greatest research strength here at Texas State?
So if you look at sponsored programs, sponsored research, that is where there are public and private investments in our faculty's research, we see three large areas of strength. The first is STEM education, where we transform the lives of our students by creating innovative methods to teach, to learn, to discover, and engage. The second area, again, I talk about the boundary between disciplines, is, I would say, infrastructure and the environment. Our infrastructure research goes all the way from nanomaterials over to construction materials and everything in between. And we are stewards of the environment, our land, our water, and our coast. And our third very important research area is in public safety and public health. Public safety as in school safety and safety of our communities, and public health as in translational health, very similar to the lab we are standing in, where technology transitions from the lab to the marketplace. But these areas will grow and expand as we recruit new faculty and as our faculty start engaging in very different ideas and as our faculty start facing the challenges of the future.
Yeah, it's interesting. So, sometimes when people think about a university, they think about the teaching enterprise and maybe the service enterprise as well, but don't think about the research part of it as well. And it's kind of a unique thing, I think, about the American experience, that all the research that gets done here, the changes that happen in this country because the research that's been done at university campuses. And one of the things that excited me about coming to Texas State was that we had a really well-established research enterprise, but we have a strong interest in becoming what's known as a Research 1 or an R1 institution. Can you describe what that means? Because I think sometimes people think of this as becoming a better institution. It's not really better, it's just different, because R1 isn't better than R2, it's just a different type of university. Can you talk us through that process?
You're absolutely correct, Kelly. So let's see, there are about 4,000 colleges and universities in the United States. So about 150 of them, the Carnegie Foundation classifies them as having very high research activity. So these are called Research 1 or R1 universities. But at Texas State, our faculty already are in an R1-like environment.
Exactly.
We have cutting-edge labs. We have research facilities that rival the best in the nation. And our faculty already are renowned nationally and internationally. Let me give you an example. So Nesta Guillen, professor of mathematics, just won the Career Award, the National Science Foundation highest honor for a young investigator. Do you know we have 15 such career awardees at Texas State? We have Jennifer Irwin, who runs the Materials Application Research Center, developing new semiconductor materials for consumer electronics to make them faster, to make them cheaper, to make them more reliable. We have the Meadows Center, led by Robert Mace, which is a public policy center, a resource for Texas to conserve its water for now and future generations. It's not all just about science and engineering, right? So we have the Alert Center, led by Pete Blair and Hunter Martindale, new methods for law enforcement to keep our communities safe. We have Cyrus Cassels, the Poet Laureate of Texas, a Guggenheim Fellow, and was just announced a National Poet Laureate Fellow. Caitlin Hopkins in theater, who has had a renowned career in Broadway, directing, acting, producing, who teaches our students. We have 11 Grammy Award winners.
Yeah.
So our faculty are already in an R1 enterprise.
Yes. Well, it's interesting because I think some people kind of get locked into the grantsmanship and the STEM focus of an R1 institution, but it's really research and creative activities, and we don't want to lose the value of the humanities and what they do there, because that's so important, what we've been doing here for years, and we want to celebrate the humanities research and creative activities as well, but also expand our capacity in the research enterprise. And I had a meeting with some faculty recently, and they were talking about a very important feature here about research is also the part of the teaching mission, because they're teaching future scientists. They're also taking what they're learning in the laboratory and not just out of a book, but they're also taking their discoveries and bringing those into classrooms. And their students are learning about research process, not just graduate students, but undergraduate students as well.
Well said. You know, the strongest indicator of student success is student engagement.
Yes, absolutely.
And the best way to engage students is in research in our faculty labs.
Yes.
Our students already have the opportunity to work on projects sponsored by the National Science Foundation, the National Institute of Health, NASA, US Department of Defense, top companies like Facebook, like Dell and Toyota. So our students, when they are at an R1 institution, will be more innovative, more agile, and most importantly, more competitive. They will develop the skills to compete with some of the graduates from the best institutions in the country to get jobs.
And one of the things about being an R1 institution, it'll help us attract different kinds of faculty to come here, graduate students to come here, and it'll help us maintain our mission or move our mission forward of making Texas a better place to live and to work and to serve, because we're actually changing society by studying it and understanding it better and creating new products and so on. And that happens right here on our campus, and we'll expand our capacity by becoming an R1 institution. That takes investment by us. It's not going to be cheap to do this, and it will take some time to do this. But one of the things that I love about Texas State is that we're already we're knocking on the door. This won't take forever to get this done. we can achieve this if we decide to do it, and we've decided to do it, so I'm excited about that.
Texas State is fortunate to be located along the innovation corridor with our campus in Round Rock and our campus in San Marcos. But we are just not located there. We are key architects of the innovation ecosystem here. Our Star Park, did you know, is the largest lab-based incubator in the state of Texas.
I did not know that. That's nice.
And there's a waiting list to get in there. R1 institutions and public research institutions are economic engines of innovation. We are the job creators here, and that is critical to our mission that the surrounding community that we live in rises in wealth. And we will be the architects of that. Our faculty that currently are here and those that we are recruiting will answer the call from legislature, from Congress, from the general public to solve the pressing needs of society, and we will rise to the challenge. That is what an R1 enables us to do more of.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. You're the right person at the right time to help lead us in this effort. A large part of our job will be explaining what it means to become an R1 institution, not just on our campus, but beyond as well. And then making sure we have the infrastructure in place to be able to accomplish what we want to accomplish. And the infrastructure includes not just buildings and laboratories, but also the personnel as well, and the resources we need to bring graduate students here and to increase the number of PhD graduates and so on.
All I will say is Texas State has had a remarkable past. We are an emerging research university, but this is just the beginning. We have a very bright future ahead of us. We have faculty that are innovative, that are experts in their field. We are proudly student-centered, and however Carnegie may classify us in the future, students will remain front and center of everything we do, and nothing will change that.
And that has to be part of the story as well. Sometimes there's this tension, it's artificial tension between teaching and research, that you can either focus on teaching or focus on research. And the story at Texas State is that we've always balanced both of those. And as we lift or raise our research profile, we're not going to be discounting the importance of teaching or service as well. In fact, we think we can lift both of them at the same time.
Kelly, thank you very much for this conversation. I wish you the very best of luck leading Texas State, and I look forward to working with you.
While we're in this together, we can do this, and not just we can do this, we will move ourselves into the R1 designation. I'm excited to work working with you. Thanks so much. BOBCATS, as we kick off the new academic year, we're celebrating some exciting milestones. We welcomed our largest ever freshman class this fall, and soon we'll open Live Oak Hall, our high-tech film and TV studio. We're launching a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering later this summer as well. And the Next Is Now fundraising campaign has topped more than $200 million raised towards our goal of $250 million, with scholarships as our top campaign priority. It's a great day to be a Bobcat, and I'm truly honored to be at the helm as your new president. I look forward to all we can achieve together. States up, everyone.